Welcome to Chicks and Balances. It's a new show. We hope you like it. My name's Camille,
I'm Lauren.
and we are we started off as neighbors and grew into very dear friends. And as we went along, raising our kids together on the same street, our kids were in classes together and PTA functions,
Sleepovers,
exactly,
summers, yada yada.
swim team, blah blah.
Yeah.
Then we just kind of got to know each other and got real close. And then we also kind of got to know each other's politics. And so we have been leaning on each other quite a bit after Trump got reelected in 2024.
Absolutely.
Yes. After the election in November of 2024, we were, of course, absolutely miserable and filled with sadness and melancholy. And we were on the phone with each other, and we just started kind of cracking each other up and laughing. What else are you going to do?
Commiserating became a comedic event that just really was a big endorphin dump at the end of the day that really made us quite aware that this is actually going forward, what we need to do and how we need to be going forward, and to find our tribe and our people that are going to move forward with us. And it's the only way through.
Yeah, and so we thought, let's try a show because
that's a great idea.
Because we love each other, and we are very, very funny.
We're really funny.
Yeah.
So there's that.
And so we thought, you know what? Let's just throw something out there that is positive. I mean, we're going to talk about bad stuff. Anytime you talk about Trump, you're talking about bad stuff. But we're going to try to find a way through it and hope that others join us and just realize that you're not alone. So that's kind of the point of this show. And so to go towards that theme, we decided let's talk about joy, because we're all going to have to really get in touch with our joy and what makes us happy, because watching the news is not going to make us happy. Feeling the consequences of what Trump is going to do to us with Project 2025 is not going to make us happy. So short of running for office, what can we do just day in and day out to feel better about ourselves and better about the world? And really, it's pretty simple. And that is, embrace your joy. Whatever makes you feel good. And it doesn't have to be a subscription to a magazine or a subscription to a high dollar gym. It doesn't have to cost a thing, but whatever makes you feel good or brings a smile to your face, man, you're going to have to really lean on that these next 4 years.
And we all are we're really going to have to just find what that looks like for us. And I think this is going to be quite a crawl. It's not going to be a walk or a skip or a
jump.
Yeah. Or a sprint by any stretch. I think we're definitely moving through this in an incredibly...
Yeah, and I like that we are going to have to move through this in a crawl. Yeah. And it's going to feel like that too.
Yeah.
But again, you're not alone. There's a lot of us who feel this way.
Absolutely.
So you're just going to have to get in touch with your joy. And I know that sounds kind of like hippy-dippy, but it is really the truth, though. And so as an exercise, I'm going to ask Lauren, what brings her joy?
Well, I have 2 beautiful daughters, and they bring me a lot of joy. They're funny also. And a nice Chianti.
Yeah, I can't hear that word without thinking of Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah,
what was his character?
Yeah,
Hannibal Lecter. Yeah.
With fava beans and a nice Chianti, yeah.
Oh, I know. Well, those are great things. And what brings me joy is I have all of these iris flowers planted in my backyard, and a lot of the bulbs originally were my grandmother's.
Oh, I love that.
I adored.
Yeah.
And she was actually the president of the Iris Society.
Really?
Of Waco, Texas.
Oh, I love that so much.
Me too. So I have a lot of her award-winning iris bulbs.
Yeah.
And anyway, so I've planted them and they are all blooming right now, and that brings great joy. It really does.
And it's a simple pleasure. And it's a simple kind of joy. It's something that you get to tend to and take care of. And, it really is about that.
Yeah, it
I love
is.
that.
The other thing that brings me great joy are the bean and cheese nachos at El Phoenix. And I know you don't, she doesn't, whatever. Well, she doesn't know. But they're delicious.
My
They
intestines know.
Your intestines are stupid.
Yeah, well,
But they're really good, and they're the best in town, and they really are.
they keep GI doctors in business. That's for sure. What are you gonna do?
So that's kind of like, short of running out and getting yourself some bean and cheese nachos, what
Or a
brings
bottle of
you
Chianti.
joy? Is it, I don't know, the Geico commercials on TV? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or chocolate ice cream?
Yeah.
Then dig in. So you put on a few pounds. Who cares? You've somehow retained your sanity. And,
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's about. And I think we just, in this climate that we're all living in, that is so toxic and so oppressive feeling. I know just for me personally, and most people that I align with, people that I would consider my tribe, we have things to say. Let's talk. Talking is one of the most wonderful ways to get through things like the things that we're going through right now, and to find a way through together. It's that simple. So we have a lot of things to say, and that's another thing that I think that you and I both agreed on when all of this happened, that really coming together and opening the floor for conversations that, we need to be having,
I agree. And also, one thing that I've kind of noticed, and that is that joy, wherever you may find it, tends to drive out the bad feelings. Now, that's so obvious, but it reminds me of, now bear with me, because I'm sort of a nerd, and I know it hasn't been easy to tell, but she loves to remind me of what a nerd I am. So here we go. We love her for it. So the Trump administration has always, even the first term, I've thought of this parable, but even now in Trump 2.0, it reminds me of an old Star Trek episode called Day of the Dove. Now, this is the original Star Trek I'm talking about with William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy. Anyway, this episode's called Day of the Dove. It was in their third season, and it came out in 1968.
Wow.
Now, bear with me.
I was one. Go ahead. Were you?
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I was 3.
Okay.
But I wasn't watching it first run, of course.
Okay.
We were all watching this stuff in reruns.
Yeah. No way to know for sure.
She's always trying to make me older than I really
It's okay.
am. But anyway, bear with me, because really and truly, I think I'm onto something. This episode of Day and the Dove, it has the Enterprise out in space on their mission, and an entity comes on board. They don't even know it's on board. It's like an energy field. But they do notice that everyone seems to be agitated on the crew and sort of at each other's throats. It just grows, the agitation and the grievance and the resentment, until the crew is literally at each other's throats. And then, of course, Captain Kirk figures it out, because he's very smart.
He's so smart.
And he's our hero. He figures it out, and this entity of energy feeds on negativity and hatred. And the more negative things get, the more this entity grows and flourishes. And then finally they chase it off the Enterprise. How did they chase it off the Enterprise? By laughter and joy. And so this is my parable for today. Chase Trump off our front pages with laughter and joy. If more people would just laugh at him, I think it would collapse his little frail ego.
It's his white male fragility.
Ugh.
I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, I think also, if you can be strong in your character, and if you can wake up every single day and walk out there, the only way that you're going to be your best self, and to be able to affect change, and to be able to, when you see something, say something, and to be able to be a good ally or a good friend or a good sister or daughter or aunt or whatever, is to find those things and to really bolster that. It's in the little things too.
It is in the little things, and of course, there's plenty of sayings about that on
Yeah.
embroidered pillows. But it's
Yeah.
true. It
It
really
is true,
is.
yeah.
So we have an assignment for you from our first show. Our first show is make a list, one or two things, maybe three, that bring you joy, that don't cost any money.
Yeah.
And think about that.
Yeah.
And so anyhow, that is your assignment.
Simple dimple.
It is very simple, Dimple. And we hope you've enjoyed it. We'll keep it short because you don't know us yet, but you will. Just know that you're not alone. That's the big message. You're not alone. Think of 3 things that bring you joy and go act on them. And we will see you next week.
Yep. Sounds good.